Hey folks, this is Shane from Performance EV. Today we're going to get our new workshop toy tool up and running. Hey folks, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us. So today we're going to take a bit of a break from our normal work on the car and do some unboxing and setup on an exciting new tool that I've got for the workshop. So I've had some scary moments trying to lift and get the car back down off jack stands. Just placement of jacking points and I guess weight distribution being thrown off by not having an engine in the back have meant there's been the car kind of teetering on one or two jack stands, which have made me less than comfortable because I do a lot of this work on my own, so I'm often in the garage on my own. I've been looking at different options to try and lift the car all four corners safely, and the best thing I could find online seems to be the QuickJack from BenPack. Now obviously they're not that cheap, so I've kind of just been looking out for offers, and recently it came up on offer in Costco and I was able to get one. Actually bought it before all of the craziness with the COVID virus and that, but it just took a while to get here. But it's here now, so we're going to do a setup, get it all connected and plumbed into place and give it a test. So here it is as it was delivered. Came in 3 boxes, so we got the 2 frames for either side and the kind of pump and the rest of the accessories. So let's get this down on the ground and start unboxing it. All right, so there we have it, everything unboxed. Let's take a look and see what we've actually got. So we've got our handy little parts list here of everything that was in the box. So let's look through it and make sure it's all there. So we've got power unit. We've got the 2 different size rubber pads. We've got the short and long hoses, Teflon tape, urethane wheels, and then the different types of couplers for the hydraulic lines with their dust caps, and the 2 main assembly units. Looks like it's all there. Now all we need to do is read the instructions. So there's a very specific set of instructions on putting this together. We're just going to behave ourselves and follow this step by step. I'm not always the best at following instructions or even reading instruction manuals, but when it comes to safety equipment and power tools, I tend to follow the instructions. So the first step in this is to get the hydraulic fittings all together. So let's have a look at what's inside the fitting kit. So the first step is to get the hydraulic elbow fitting into the ram. So you need to undo or get rid of, in most cases, the kind of dust caps, shipping caps that are in place. And then we just screw it in. So while there is PTFE tape provided, it's not necessarily required for for every join. In fact, you probably don't want to do it. So these ones have O-rings, so you're not going to want to put tape on any part of it, whereas some of the others you might. So you're basically twisting this in until it reaches an upright but not fully an upright but not fully vertical angle, because you don't want it to snag on the underside of the car. And you get to that point just by turning the actual I guess threaded end of the elbow itself. And then once you get it tight and in a position you want, you can tighten the nut using an 18mm spanner to, I think it says somewhere between about 14 to 16 Newton meters. So tight but not too tight. All right, and then we do the other side as well. So now we want to get the short hydraulic hoses set up. So again, removing dust plugs from the threaded ends. So these short connector hoses, just to show you, I need to wrap the tape and everything. We get one end going onto the fitting here, and the other, you get one of the male quick fit connectors, the one with the female end, and we're screwing that in there. So we'll get these wound up and then tightened up. Then we repeat the same on the other side. So now we want to prep the long hoses. They're basically male threaded ends on both ends, so we're going to wrap those in PTFE tape, attach the female quick fit connectors to them, and put them to one side until they're needed. Okay, and the last two hydraulic parts fit onto the power unit itself. So let's take a look here. So now we've got the hydraulic components more or less done. The only thing left on that is to fill up the fluid, which I'll take you through in a moment. The last thing we need to do on the jack itself is to basically pressurize these air cylinders. So I'm going to get a bike pump and we'll get on those now. So now we need to fill up the pump with hydraulic fluid. So one thing that doesn't come in the kit, basically I don't think it would be a good idea for them to be shipping hydraulic fluid for these things, because they'd have to change how they store them and all that sort of thing. So these seem to be pretty well designed. Like, they can take a range of different pure hydraulic fluids as well as a lot of different types of ATF. I was waiting for this for a while, so I had plenty of time to order some hydraulic fluid. So let's get it and pour it in. So we got these set up. It was pretty good. Probably only took me a couple of hours to do, and that included the filming, which always adds time. Sometimes it can even double, if not more, the amount of time it takes to do something. So yeah, they're up, they're ready to go. I wanted to give them a try just on the floor, but the manual says very specifically don't try and lift them without a car on top, because they're not designed to work without weight, and they'll just probably get stuck up in the air, and then you have to faff around to try and get them to drop back down. So next job is to finish off clearing up this garage so I can actually get the car inside and take a look at them. Well, I know this isn't as high up in the air as I'd get it with a proper workshop lift, but I don't have the space for one of those. But to be honest, for me, this is a big improvement. This is a bit of a game changer in terms of what I can get done at any one time. So I'm really happy with this. Now it means I've run out of excuses for stripping down all the pipes and everything that run under here that I've been wanting to get rid of for months. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So there we have it. The car is up on the QuickJack, which is fantastic. So I've never had the car this high up before. You know, even getting it a few notches up on the jack stands on anything more than two, you know, one side, be it front, back, or left or right, was always a precarious proposition. Whereas this is really solid, it's not going anywhere. So it gives me so much space to kind of work under the car, which is going to make things a lot easier for the projects that we've got coming up. So I want to remove a bunch of stuff from the front, things like the, you know, the fuel tank and that sort of stuff. And in order to do that, you have to drop the subframe, which again will be a lot easier with the access I've got now. And then when we get to the back, we're going to have to install a large chunk of the battery box in there. As you saw from the last video, we've got our battery pack and we're in a position now to get it dismantled, which will be something to look out for as an upcoming video. But yeah, again, that'll give me the access to really investigate how things are going to fit, where they're going to fit, and what that battery box is going to look like, and then actually getting it in place once it has been put together. So yeah, I'm really excited about where this project's going to go now. I hope that you've enjoyed this little journey with me to get these put together and tried out. If you like this sort of thing and you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. As always, likes and comments are really appreciated. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.